Who's lightning?
That's it.
Got it.
All right. Welcome to the podcast.
Welcome to the podcast where we keep it 100.
I'm Thunder. This
Oh,
is
I'm
Lightning.
lightning. Yes.
You're
Can't you
Lightning.
tell who strikes?
I
Can't you
just
tell
make
the
a
one
lot.
who strikes?
I just make a lot of noise.
hmm I'm a silent. I'm the silent. You know how
Silent killer.
thunder roars, lightning kind of strikes all at once when you
There it
least
is.
expecting it. There we
There
go.
it is. Multiple
There we go.
targets.
There we go. But yeah. So let's get going.
All right. Where we going? All right.
What
Let's
our
get going.
topic?
All right. Let me grab my mic.
Okay. None of your crew here. That's shocking.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah,
Hmm.
everybody they say they want us, and then when we hear, they don't show up, huh?
What Theo said?
Oh, she taking the kids to the movies tonight,
Okay. All right. That's
and then
what's up.
Chrissy was supposed to come in, but she doing something called Sabbath. Let me let her know that we in. Let me just text her real quick. And then my sister, I did text her because she the one asked me, like, you know what? Where's my other phone? I got too many phones. I got about okay. Here's my other phone. I got like three phones.
Uh-oh. There it is.
What?
Right. So somebody had asked me, they was like, break it down to them motivated and non-motivated. So I gave an example.
Mm-hmm.
I said, say I got a girlfriend
Mm-hmm.
and well, my lady, and she lost her job.
Mm-hmm.
And then I go to her and I be like, hey, I know you lost your job. Um, Let me know, can I help you? I can ask a couple friends, see if they hiring. But she take it the wrong way and was like, what I'm saying, I'm good on my own.
Mm-hmm.
So I just lend a hand.
Mm-hmm.
So she continued to still drop and I'm paying all the bills. Should I stick in there with her or let her go?
Um, I think you should stick in there with her because I do believe that everybody goes through struggles, everybody goes through up and downs. Now, what I mean by sticking in there is saying like, okay, I know somewhere hiring or I might know a temp agency that can get you a job or whatever. But if the person doesn't want to accept your help, I would say like give them a grace, like maybe 6 months or so to get back on their feet. Cause I do feel like everybody goes through um ups and downs, you know?
So so if you give them a grace, okay,
hmm
do you tell them you giving them the grace?
No, of course not. You wouldn't want to say, "Hey, I'm giving you 6 months to get a job." I would say something like, how many applications? Let me redo. See, me, I'm the type of person that I would probably offer to redo your resume. Like I'll
Mm,
probably say, like, let me see your resume. What jobs you got on your resume? You know what I mean? And let's see if we can, tweak your resume. Or we might even say something like, okay, what are you good at? Like I feel like sometimes you can make suggestions to people like, what are you good at doing? Like, are you good at being a homemaker? Are you good at construction? Hey, let's get you a job, you know?
okay, so you see how
That's how I look at it.
yeah, but you see how you gave that example. That's a woman version. Okay, the man version.
What's the
How
man
do a
version
man
then?
how do a man go to a girl and say, what is you good at?
Oh,
Won't she perceive that as an insult?
no, no,
Mm,
I don't think I would consider it as an insult. So, say for instance, my man, he saw me that I lost my job, and then my man come to me and say, "You know what, T? What are you good at?" I'm like, I'm good at a lot of things. Like I could decorate. I do good at cleaning. I'm good at communicating with people. So then he might say, "You know what? Even if how about this? I don't think it's ever a wrong way to go to someone and ask them what they're good at. What are your strengths? Because it's kind of like we're a team, right? We're a team player, so you know how.
I don't, I don't think that's actually true with every woman. I think coming from a
I
man,
oh really? I disagree.
mm,
And then I do believe this too. I do believe that sometimes a man can see a strength in you that you didn't even know you had. He might say, "Well, hey, babe, I realize that you're really good at, doing this right here. Have you ever tried to do that?" Or maybe he'll say, "I'll help you maybe get you a little business started." So I do believe in strengths. Like I know when I'm with a guy, I kind of look at their strengths and I'm like, "Oh, boo, did you ever know you was good at this? Like you real good at this. You need to try to like find you a job in that." Because they say when you like doing what you do, it's no longer a job, because you
But
you like doing it.
I mean, when you telling a woman, she
I need
might
my
feel
straw.
like a little standoffish when you start talking about um what's your strengths. She might be like, "Why you want to know my strengths? Like what?"
I
She
mean,
might say, "Why you want to know what I'm good at?"
I think if a woman was asking you, why do you want to know what I'm good at, they probably not don't feel like they're good at anything.
Oh, but they can be standoffish. They could be not motivated, so they standoffish.
Well, I guess
They
to me,
down.
motivated and being good at things mean two different things to me. You want me to explain?
Okay, explain.
Okay, I think not motivated means like you're just, and I don't want to say lazy. It's just like not motivated to me means, okay, I lost my job and I'm just sitting around think magically a job's gonna come to me. You're not getting up trying to me, if I lose a job or most people become getting another job becomes a job. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna get up in the morning like I'm going to work, put my applications in, because I do feel like a job is the same like anything else. It's a numbers game, right?
Mm,
The more jobs I apply to, the more callbacks I'm gonna get, right? So I feel like
mhm.
unmotivated would be if my man was sitting around the house and he said he can't find a job. So I'm like, well, hey, babe, you got your Indeed set up. How many jobs have you applied to? Oh, two jobs. Okay, you're non-motivated. You've been sitting home 8 hours a day. You only applied to two jobs. I would expect to see you apply to at least 20 jobs. Maybe even more than that. You see what I'm saying? That's what I consider not motivated. It's like you don't have the willpower to get up and keep going. You just want to sit back and you think it's gonna magically, oh, I'm just gonna have a job come to me. Somebody gonna send me a job and it's gonna come to me. No, boo-boo. You need to get off your butt, be looking for a job, be trying, and then go
And
from
that's
there.
okay. So that's what I'm saying. So okay, so look what you just said. Oh, I'm gonna look to see if he been job hunting, this and
I
that.
ain't saying
He
I'm gonna
don't
look.
look.
I said I'm gonna ask him how
Okay,
many
so
jobs have he applied for, boo?
okay,
Because
so he did.
you have people and they say, "Oh, nobody wants to hire me," and when you start really muted. Brad was like, "What's going on?" She muted. Okay, so what I'm saying is like, you ever do that where, because as me in the past being a manager for people, and you really start to sit down and talk to them about what excuses that they make, and you're like, okay, how many jobs you apply to? They'll say nobody wants to hire me. So my next question is, how many jobs have you applied to? One job. So how you gonna say nobody wants to hire you on apply for one job? You see what I'm saying? You got to get your numbers up.
Right. But I'm saying, how do you deliver that message to that person who only looked at two jobs?
Just how I said it. Like I feel like certain things you can't sugarcoat. I'm gonna come to the person and say, okay, how many jobs? Let me see your Indeed. What jobs you apply? You only apply for two jobs. Really? Do you really think out of two jobs? That's just like right now, if I go apply for two jobs, I'm probably not gonna get a call back from two jobs. I'm at least
But
need to do 10 jobs.
you don't think that you sweating him because
No,
you come at him like that. He might be like,
no. How am I sweating
yeah,
you and we got bills to
okay,
pay, boo? Who gonna
okay.
pay the bills?
Let me give you an example. He been paying the bills up to this point where he got
Uh-huh.
down and out.
Mm-hmm.
Now that you on his back, he like, damn, you know what I'm saying? I want on her back. I've been paying all the bill this long. She should give me a little time. What you think about
What you
that?
mean? What you mean you want on my back? You want on my back because I'm working just like you working. You ain't
Yeah,
really had no reason to be on my back.
but I'm saying he paying majority of the bills when he was up.
Yeah, but you paid majority of the bills when you up, boo. I might have you for a little bit, but I need you to get back on. You know what I mean? I need you to get back on your hustle and get a job. That's how I feel. Or, like I said, or I might be even willing to say, hey, you want to go to school? Is you good? Maybe get your trucking license, get your CDLs, go to school for that. I'll cover the bills while you in school. I feel like, to me personally, um, motivation, sometimes a person can motivate you to help you get motivated. But I do feel like, for some reason, I don't know why, women are more motivated than men.
Mm,
Because this is how I feel, and you tell me you're a man. I feel like us women, like, I know, like, before I started at my job, I was on my other company. I was working there for 8 years, right? Was
mhm,
used to be doing everything there. Couldn't drive over there more. Didn't want to pay the tolls no more. Gave up my 8-year position. So at that time, somebody's coming in, which is great. At that time, didn't have really a backup plan. It just was kind of, I can't do the drive, the commute is too long. I'm spending too much time away from my family. Like, and I just, cold turkey kind of quit, to be honest with you, with no job lined up. But guess what? Because of the way my hustle is, I was able to jump right back. Hey, Tiffany, I was able to jump right back out there looking for a job. And I think within a week I had a job. You see what I'm saying? Every morning I would get up
mhm,
like I was going to work. And every day that became a job interview for me.
mhm.
So you see what I'm saying? I didn't let that be like, oh, you know what? And my job, I explained, my job, I was making good money. I had, I was there 8 years. I had seniority. I could pretty much come and go as I wanted. So if I was one of those people, hey, Don,
What's good with
what's
you?
good?
Man, just holding
So
it down, trying to get up out of here.
we was wondering where y'all
Mhm.
was at. We was like, ain't nobody, everybody requesting thunder and lightning, but ain't nobody showing up. And I'm just playing. All right.
It's just you and Fred on there?
It's just me and
No,
Fred right now. And
Tip on,
Tiffany just came in.
and Tanya coming in.
Oh,
Okay.
Tanya come. Oh, there go my sis coming
Hey
in.
y'all.
Oh, Tanya, look at my sis. Hey, girl.
Mm. She said, "Look at my sis."
Look at Tanya in the bed. What you doing? Can you hear us? Tanya, we can't hear you.
Can you hear us, Tanya?
Tanya, can you hear us? We hear you smiling, but we can't hear you.
Dawn,
Don, can you
Tiff.
hear us?
Dawn got sound. Tiff.
Tiffany, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear y'all. I just have my phone muted, but I can hear y'all.
Okay.
Okay.
How you doing?
All right, and y'all?
Good.
What's going on? Let's get going, y'all.
We already discussing our topic. You guys can jump in there.
Okay, what's the topic?
The topic is, if
Yeah.
you motivated but your man is not motivated, and how much of it do you tolerate before you say, I can't do this no more?
No, what time your phone at? Mine is 6:30. Yeah.
You heard
How
me, Tiff?
long?
But I think it's
Yeah.
You like, how long? Like, do you give the
How
person a grace
long?
period, Tiffany? Do you give them a
Yeah.
grace period to say, like, if you don't have a job at this time frame, or what do you do to help the person get motivated to get going?
6:40.
Or do you give them a grace period or no?
I don't give out a grace period, but I just think we all will know, like, when enough is enough, and I done did enough, and you're not trying to, do anything. So it's time for you to go your way, and I go mine.
Oh, wow.
So
Tiffany says
I
it's time for you
just
to go your way. And at what point would you make that? How would you get them, like, 6 months? Or you just saying it's not really a specific time frame. It's just,
it's not a specific time frame. It's just that when you come home one day and you just feel like this is enough, you done had opportunity after opportunity, and it's just there's no help. So it's time for you to go your way, and I go mine. Something that happened that'll just make you come home and just be like, this is it. Today is the day. It's over. It's done.
yeah, I get what you're saying, because sometimes that could be stressful too. That could be kind of draining if a person, you got to keep trying to
Help somebody else.
help pick somebody up and kind of motivate you. After a while, it's like, okay, my cup was overflowed. Now it's
Yeah.
drained.
Nah, it's nothing. I need somebody to stop pouring into
Right.
me
I
now.
need somebody to overflow mine, because mine is right now ain't working.
But
know?
Tiff, what if he was paying the bills for a while and then he lost his job?
If he was paying the bills and he lost his job, then as a man, I do expect him that if he take a break, you could take a break, but I don't know about a 6-month break. You know, maybe a couple months.
Yeah, that's
No,
what
we
I
ain't really-
said. Look, I said 6 months, and I know that's kind of pushing it. Hey,
Yeah,
Chrissy, Tanya,
we
can
ain't
you?
really,
'Cause Tanya-
we
Hey.
ain't really putting a time limit on it. We just saying that he down on his look, like the girl is down on her look.
Y'all hear me now?
Oh yes,
Yeah.
Tanya, we can hear you, girl. All we
Yeah.
heard, all we see you doing was smiling. We could.
He gotta pump himself up because you
That's
know,
what I
you
said.
can't just, you know, just not do anything, because then you can go into depression, and that's a whole nother issue right now. So
That's what we saying. So we saying like he going through something. Do you still stick in there with him, or how do you handle that? How do you talk to him and let him know?
for a little bit, you know, you do help him by trying to pump him up and let him know, like, hey, this job may not be the perfect job for you, but maybe you can do this until the right job for you come along. Because sometimes you can take a job that you really don't want, and the job that you really want will come after you take that job. So sometimes it's just a matter of doing something and not just being idle, because the idle mind is just not a good thing.
So how would you go tell him?
I would say, hey, babe, you know, it's been it's going on 2 or 3 months now, and you know, you're moping around, and you know, hey, you gotta, you know, come on, let's get up, you know, get yourself together. You know, I believe, like, if you dress yourself up, you feel better. So if he's not, you know, getting himself, you know, his haircut, get groomed, then I think, you know, that'll be something that I would say, like, hey, guess what? Today is your day. We're gonna take you out. You're gonna go get, you know. After that, he can, you know, get some pep in himself.
Tanya, we can hear you.
Y'all can hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
So Tiff, you saying after about 3 months, you gonna say something?
No, I didn't say I'll take off right then, but I am gonna say and encourage him to try to help him get on his feet, because I think, like, you know, after 3 months, you know, things.
Tanya,
Huh?
everybody else went on mute.
Oh, what happened?
I don't know.
I know Tonette been talking the whole time and I can't even hear nothing she's saying.
She
Tiffany
on mute. She on mute.
something going on. Cause I was on mute, remember, for a little while?
Yeah.
That
Wait a
she
minute.
talked.
Christy back. Tiff back. No, Christy ain't back. Tiff back.
Yeah,
Hold on.
Christy.
Tonette talking, you can't even hear her. See, she talking. Why she don't hear nothing?
I hear y'all.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm here.
Tonette.
I just put
Tonette
myself.
on mute. Tonette on mute.
What do
Oh
we
my
know?
God, y'all! Have I been on mute the whole
The
time?
whole time,
Yes.
girl. You got to see.
Yeah.
Y'all got to be kidding me! I've been over here
Nothing.
having a whole conversation in mute.
So
Why didn't y'all
Christy,
say nothing?
Christy,
Brad, why
How
you
y'all
say
just let me
Yeah.
talk in mute and nobody ain't even say nothing?
we was saying something.
I was waving at you, saying Tonette, you on me.
I thought you were just waving to say hey, so I'm waving back like hey.
Hey, I'm gonna have to learn the sign language that you're on mute. Tiff,
This is a mute.
What's the mute? This mean mute.
oh, somebody else coming in.
Somebody else coming in. Okay, we almost got a full. We getting there.
So Christy, Christy,
Christy.
what's your take on that?
Well, I didn't miss. I don't miss the topic.
All right.
Okay, the topic is when you motivated and your significant other, boyfriend, girlfriend is not motivated. Like, say they not motivated and you motivated. How do you do you give them grace? What's your take on it?
Give them
Tanya, we coming to you next.
give them some grace, because everybody needs a little grace every now and then. Like, and, it could just be something that they just not trying to do, and then you could say, hey, if this ain't what you want to do, you need to make the decision that you got to do something else. But what we're not gonna do is be stagnant and just delete.
That's what we said. We were saying we need to see you at least trying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because if you ain't trying, that just means you
right. Because we feel like
But how would you go tell them? How would you go about telling them?
the same way you just said it.
Christy, that's the same thing I said. I said ain't no sugarcoating. Like, how you gonna sugarcoat? You just gonna be like,
Sugarcoat kids. You are grown.
Grown man. You're a grown person.
So ain't no let me baby step you. Listen, that's the problem now. Y'all grown men want to be baby. Grown folks want to be acting like kids.
She said grown people want to be baby.
Yeah, you ain't no fucking.
That's what I said out because Fred said that to me. He was like, "How do you say it to the person?" I'm like, "You say it to the person the same way I said to you. Hey, you know."
I want to see how y'all say it to the person, because the fact that men, we have a little bit of extra grace when it comes to women.
No, y'all don't. Stop playing.
Y'all don't got no grace with us. Y'all be like, hey, look, they be like, hey, you think you gonna get you a job? They ain't gonna have no grace for you.
I'm gonna give you a prime.
Light bill. So you go get a 9 to 5. Let me go find you 3, 4 9 to 5s, and none of these 9 to 5s. And then you like, this bitch don't want to work. She don't want to work. She don't want to do nothing.
Don't be talking about with their friends. Talking about she don't want to work. All she want to do is spend my money. So at some point, men do the same thing. They're gonna hold you accountable too.
We're gonna go back to the Bible.
That's not true.
A woman's job.
You don't think that's true? That's not true. You don't think that's true?
Hey, hold on, Fred. Hey, Fred, you sent that link to Q? How?
Yeah, I just sent the link.
All right.
Go ahead and link in the
because I do believe that. So Laquan, you said that's not true, because I do believe that's true. If you as a woman don't have no job, you don't think the man gonna be like, hey, when you gonna get you a job to help pay some of these bills?
It depends on the status. Like, what are you, my woman? Are you my woman? Are you my wife?
Yeah, it's
well, we
it's
said
your
boyfriend, girlfriend too. It could be
boyfriend,
relationship. Yeah, relationship.
Boyfriend, girlfriend.
But we live together.
Oh yeah. So boyfriend, girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm already. First of all, if we live together, my intention should be, if you living with me, it would be. I hope. I know if I'm moving with a woman, it's gonna be to marry you. That's the goal. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So if you lose your job, you know what I'm saying? Like, the whole purpose of me having multiple jobs, the whole purpose of me having multiple income. My frat brother will tell you I have multiple incomes.
Multiple streams of income, which is good.
Correct. So that way, if you fall off, I'm not depending on your money to come and take care of it. Because 9 times out of 10, we got kids in the house. I got my kids, I got my babies, you got your babies. I can't afford for you to not work and mess up the flow of the money. You get what I'm saying? So
that's what we were talking about. Exactly. Like, we living good right now.
I told you it's gonna be a different spin on it.
Right.
But I like what Laquan was saying, when you gotta have, like he said, most people don't have that way. If you got those multiple streams of income, if one of those incomes in, you kind of can still keep going with the other sources of income you have going on. But we're talking about that person who don't have that one source of income and it ran out. It's like, okay, what are you going to do to replace it?
So this is the thing, how to work. Like, as a man, I'm going to do my job. As a man, I'm going to do my job. As a man, I'm going to do my job. Right. So my job is to take care of my household. That's my job as a man. We're talking biblical now, because I don't know.
I like that now. That's what we own. What you own.
So my job is to take care of, right? But guess what? You see me struggling, and you see like, this is my man. I see him struggling with these bills. You ought to say, let me help him in any way. I don't care
Got
if you
you.
be I don't care if you clean houses. I don't care if you bring me $300 a week. That's added to a bill. If you
Yeah.
see me breaking down, you know what I'm saying, then try and help me meet some of these needs. When we be saying help
Mhm.
me, that means help me meet the rent, help me meet the light bill, help me meet the water bill, help me meet some diapers, help me.
Something, provide something. I see what you're saying.
Right.
But we were saying like, so how do you explain to someone if they say, oh, you know, I don't want to do that kind of job? And I was always taught that something is better than nothing. You can't really say what you won't do when you down. You might do that job temporarily, you know, and then when you get back on your feet, because it's still providing some type of income. Then
You're
when
a
you get back
different
on your
woman.
feet,
You're a different woman. You're a different woman. See,
I'm a
you
different
think,
woman.
oh yeah, you're a different woman because you're gonna look at a man. From what I see, you look at a man and say, "Let me help this man. I don't care
Yeah.
if I gotta mop
Tweak your
floors."
resume.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't care if I gotta
Right,
tweak your resume.
right,
You could go to
right.
school. Are you good at trucking? Are you good at driving? What you good
Correct.
at?
But the
Like, let's
woman
try
that
to
says,
get you.
"Listen, Queen, listen." But the woman that says, "I don't want to do that," she's a selfish woman.
Got
She's
you.
a selfish woman. She's selfish. Just like the man that says, "I don't want to do that. I don't want to sell water. I don't want to sell water. I don't want to do this. I don't want to blah, blah, blah." You're a selfish man. Any money is good. Any money that's
Hello.
coming in your house is money
It's better
coming in
than
your
something,
house.
right? Zeros. You got something. I don't care if it's 300 a week. That 300 a week can get us some groceries, can pay a light bill, a water bill, something.
But you still, if that man go get that McDonald's job, that Taco Bell job, you women still gonna want more from him.
Of course, what we're saying is, of course, we're going to want more because we want to hope that you want more for yourself too. So, of course, we're going to want more for you because we will hope that you want more for yourself. But temporarily, we're like, okay, you doing the McDonald's job. Alicia's bringing something home. Let's try to get you out the job. You know what I mean? Into something a little bit better. Let's see what we can do to get you where you need to be.
So you saying that we'll be able to do the same with a woman?
I believe so. If you got the right kind of woman on your team, I believe so. What you mean, like ask her to go get a job or ask her to do something
Well, I'm
she
saying
doesn't
like,
want to do?
I don't see women that you say, what about Walmart? And women don't want to settle for no Walmart. They'll look at you like you talking to them crazy. So I'm saying, as a man, if I go to a woman and say, won't you go down to McDonald's and grab a job real quick? She gonna get hot at me.
No, I would do it.
I wouldn't, but I'm just saying for me, I'm not mean to say it this way, but I wouldn't probably have to do that because I would jump on a temp agency somewhere, get me a temporary job or something like that. But I'm the type of person that, to be honest with you, if I need to work McDonald's, I'll be the happiest. How can I help you? Want fries with that? As long as we got a roof over our head. I'm the type of person, I don't never say what I won't do when
See,
times
right
get
there,
rough.
look, that's the key right there, what you just said. Long as we got a roof over our head.
Yeah, as long as we got a roof on our head, it's like look,
so
but we
that's
got to
what
keep this roof, we got to keep the lights, we got to keep the waters. We're gonna do whatever we got to do. If we got to
But
flip
look,
burgers for a little bit,
that's what Q said. So we're not gonna really look at that girl being down and be hard on that girl because we're gonna be like, long as we got a roof over our head.
but now we don't want to have to keep going through the struggle. You know what I mean? We'll go through the struggle, and I know it's life, but eventually we do want to be better, in a better position. So I would be, working there temporarily with trying to better myself. You know what I mean? And trying to do something better and trying to get us something a little bit better. Or even if I started at McDonald's, be trying to, move up the ladder, maybe be a shift manager. I don't want to stay just on the fries. I'm trying to move
Everything
up to
should have
maybe a shift manager.
everything should have a game plan. Like
There you go.
everything should have a game plan. Like be like, baby, okay, you're gonna find this job and it's gonna be temporary, and we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, we're gonna do this. In 3 months, we're gonna do this. If you save up your check, half your money's gonna be towards this. My money gonna pay the bills, but you put your money away and saving so we can go ahead and get this. So in 3 months, we'll have this amount of money. We'll have this, and we can get a plan. So then guess what? There's things that you can do that will make you be in a position to say, look, baby, look, at this point, what is it that you want to do? What is it that you want to be?
Yeah,
What
what's
is
some
it that,
things
because
you want to do?
sometimes,
What you want to go to
right, what do you
school
want to
for?
do?
Right.
Right, what you want to go to school
Get
for?
you a little
Because guess
certificate.
what?
Do you like nursing?
Correct.
Do you like
Correct.
nursing?
What
You
the
want to
school-
be a CNA,
Correct, but you got to do something.
LPN?
Like
Right.
you gotta do something. You gotta
Do something
bring
towards exactly, like motivating yourself to do better. And I think that's where your mate could come along and kind of push you. you know,
Yeah, but you said kind of push you. Sometimes they do a little bit more pushing.
what you mean by a little bit more than pushing?
Well, like I said before, it pretty much how you perceive the information from the person you're giving. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you could probably go to his woman and say, "I need help," but she can click on it. She might not want to receive because some people, when they down, they feel like, what makes you better than me because you working right now. And before
Well,
you started working,
yeah, and I think when you're in a relationship, it's not about who's working or not. It's like, I understand I'm working, but we have a certain lifestyle that we live in, and right now we need you to, pick up a little bit of slack in the household. You may not been working for a little while, but right now we need you to get some type of income coming in. And like we said, it could be a work from home job. Find you a little work from home job. You just need to generate some type of income. But what you gonna say, Crystal? Get you a job.
go
Look,
ahead, Chris.
go
So
ahead,
look,
Crystal.
listen. If you don't work, you don't eat. Period. Point blank. Right. So
Hello.
we just gonna look at it in a realistic perspective. Listen,
Yeah.
I can't go to work every day, support you, and then you do absolutely nothing. Okay, because it's not my job to make sure that you, as my man, is okay. The Bible don't say that. The Bible say you supposed to make sure I'm okay. Okay,
Mm,
it's the opposite way
okay.
around. So
I see what you're saying.
I
He
know
supposed to be the
men.
provider, huh? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're supposed to be the provider, protector. I'm supposed to take care of home and the kids. It don't say nowhere I'm supposed to go slaving out to do anything extra. Now, if I decide to support you because we live in the day and age,
Yeah.
where
People
one
take two
income is
incomes to
not
make it.
enough,
Taking two to
then
make it.
what I'm not going to do is say, okay, I make $150,000 a year and you making 20, and I'm not going to reject your 20,000. I'm gonna take your 20,000 is just as important as my 150,000. It should not
Gotcha.
matter.
I get what you're saying.
But the expectation that you ain't got to work, or they not gonna work, no, they need to go ahead and go. They might as well dismiss themselves because you got to work. You got to work.
Yeah, because I do feel like with your mate, how do you feel with a person like me getting up hustling, working 10-hour days or 12-hour days and you ain't working nothing? I mean, it's not going to work for me. Like I
See,
said, I
I'm
need you to
different
be
with
doing
that.
something.
I'm different with that. I'm different
You
with that.
different with that?
Like, yeah, because I'm different with that. Yeah, we talk Bible and all of that, and that's so important. But guess what? I am supposed to take care of the household. But it's nothing like you having a vision to what you want to do. If you don't went to school all these years, you know what I'm saying, and you are a lawyer, and you don't went to all these schools and you have a career, you know what I'm saying, and I come into your life, who am I to tell you to leave your job and be the woman that stay home? You get what I'm saying? So I want to
Right.
support what you're doing. That's all about that other part that comes in where we talk financially about how the money moves. Because Donnie always
But
speaks
that's what
about
we
something.
talk about right now.
I'm gonna let you talk first.
Go ahead. I was just saying that's we're talking about the money piece. We're not talking about the other stuff. We're just saying, and money wise, listen, we both have to work to eat. Now,
Yeah,
regardless of whether it's
that's what I'm
the
saying.
portion.
That's what I'm saying, Queen. But listen, what I'm saying to you. We both have to work to eat. But guess what? I'm not depending on you to eat. I'm not depending on you to feed my family. I'm not depending on your paycheck to take care of my family. I need to find out whatever it is I need to do. Because guess what? Your job, you losing your job can happen. Me losing my job, when I lose my job, I got to find another way to find out how to bring income to take care of my family. You have an option. I don't have an option. That's what I'm telling you. You have an option. And the problem is that we sometimes let men, we let them not take care of their responsibility. Oh, baby, when you find that job. No, I'm a man. I don't have options. I don't have an option to take care of my family. It ain't no
I like
option for
that.
me to
I like
take
what
care
you're
of my
saying because
family.
it's true.
It ain't no
Because we
option
do
for me to
give
take
them,
care of my kids. Yeah,
yeah.
y'all will get in a minute. You have
We get them too
options.
many options. We get them an option. Hey, do you think you can find?
Yeah,
I'm agreeing with what Laquan is saying. We do give them too many options.
Yeah, AJ, he in there.
that's Arte.
Hey, boy.
What up?
Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you
What up?
okay? You're fine.
Yeah, I don't have an option. I don't care if I gotta sell.
I like what you say when you say that
$1,000
because women, we
I
feel
don't
like that.
listen.
We don't have an
Yeah.
option.
Yeah,
Like we
I
ain't
just
got no
saying.
options.
Now I'm just saying this to me. I'm saying me. If you make $150,000, then guess what you have to do? Guess what I would encourage you to do? I would encourage you to say this. I would say, baby, okay, you make this, and you might be over the finances, but I'm gonna tell you how we're gonna move if you share the finances. You make $150,000, and I make
Mhm.
$30,000. We make 150, 60, 70, 80. We make $180,000.
And
You know
that's
what I'm
pretty,
saying?
that's good.
I'm still ahead of this house. I'm still ahead, and I say, this is what we're gonna spend. This is what we're gonna do. This is how we're gonna move it. This is what we're gonna do. If I lose my
Mhm.
$30,000, I can't come to you and say, "Oh, baby, I'm just in between time." You don't want to hear that, and me as a man, I don't want to hear that. I'm
Right.
going
You
to the
shouldn't even
war.
want to tell me that.
Listen,
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
going to Walmart. I'm buying a bunch of waters. I'm on the corner every
Hello.
night selling water. I done started a water business.
Mhm. Hey, look, you good at cooking? We got some rib sandwiches. We got some rib meals we're gonna be selling on the side of the
That's my
road.
queen.
You
I'm not
be
good at
detailing
cooking.
cars, washing
That's what I'm
windows.
saying. Listen what I'm saying, T. I'm not good at cooking, but guess what the fuck I'm gonna do? Excuse my language. I'm gonna Google that shit, and I'm gonna learn how to cook.
Pinterest. Learn
I'm
how
gonna
to
learn how
cook.
to do. Listen,
Better
man.
watch the cooking channel.
We give men too many. We give men too many
No,
excuses
I
to
understand
not be a
exactly what you're
man.
saying because I've done that before in the past, and it just, like you said, it just makes them lazy
Hey,
because you
I'm
got
a
an option.
I'm gonna Google a way how to put that chick out the house.
You gonna Google how to put her out, Fred?
Hey, that's what she gonna do to me. That's exactly what she gonna do to me.
But see, women, we don't Google that. We just kind of put together your exit plan silently.
Exactly. See that what I'm saying is when a guy is up, he up. When he down, he down.
But
It's
that's what
just
we're
the
talking
way.
about. We're talking about when they down, what do you do to try to get back up? Because I think with a woman, what we were saying, I don't know about you, Chrissy and Tiffany, I feel like women, we don't really have an option to be down. Like the man don't have the option to be down. We have
Yeah,
kids, we have a
women do.
family. We got
You
to
have
still,
women that
no, we
lose
keep it.
jobs
No,
and don't
I don't have
work,
an
have
option to be
babies.
down.
What
I
about the
got to
women
get
that have
up
babies?
and keep going.
But
Because if we don't,
women,
if we don't get up and keep going, how are we gonna get? We got to take the kids to school. We still have to provide. A lot of times, women, we don't
Something
have an
start your
option to
job.
sit down.
I think that's when we are single. When we're single, but I think when you have a family.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Uh-oh, somebody's phone went out. I can't hear you. Can you hear me? Oh,
Tiff, go ahead, Tiff.
I think her phone went out.
Was she froze?
Yeah, she froze.
Man said, you know, he got to
Okay.
take care of his family. He got to figure out how to take care of his family. Because if we as a woman, if we lose our job and we married, no one's not gonna be looking at us saying she need to hurry up and go get her another job. Because if we out there searching for a job that fast, our family and our friends gonna be saying, well, what he doing? You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, you got
sometimes
him at
the
home. What
role
he
of the
doing?
man-
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
sometimes the role of the man is a little bit like he said, sometimes the man really don't have an option. He don't have time to sit there and be saying, I don't want to do this. He just got to do what he got to do to take care of his family.
Right. A man got to set himself up where he could pay the bills if my woman is down.
Right.
So sometimes women want houses, cars that's bigger than both of their income. So that's how people marriage end up breaking up because you don't got
Living for
in
the
over your
Joneses.
head.
I call it
And
living
now
for the
when that
Joneses.
woman don't have that job no more, this guy trying to keep up the bills, knowing it's too much for him. And you know how that works? That's because that woman say, with the money you make and the money I make, we can do this right here.
Okay.
You're not thinking about if one person make that money, how y'all gonna survive?
Yeah.
Right.
That's why they say you're supposed to live a little bit beyond your means rather than over your means. So if something happened, you can still be able, and you
I'ma
have to
just
live
say
with
this.
one person income.
But that's where communication falls in the line because that has to be communicated, especially if you married and you in a serious committed relationship. Y'all supposed to be communicating about this in advance before y'all even living and moving together. This supposed to be have a conversation. Hey, I said, listen, life happens, shit happens. We need a game plan in the event that shit happens.
I love that part. That
don't
part
happen a lot in real life. That don't happen a lot in real life, being realistic. Some people don't, you have some people who have a game plan, but you have an awful lot of people who don't. And we have to be realistic and say that there are times that females be realistic. There are times that females we want that house, and in my head we're saying, well, I'm married, or my man, he better figure it out how he gonna pay for that, but that's the house that I want, you know. And
we don't
sometimes
consider
men go along.
something.
Yeah, sometimes, you know, sometimes you got some of us sisters out there that be very adamant about, you know, I want that 5-bedroom house, but it's only a husband and a wife and 1 kid. So why do you need?
So why you need
5
5 bedrooms? Y'all could be good with 3 bedrooms.
Right.
Exactly.
So sometimes sometimes as the man do have a lot put on him, and he don't have time to sit up there and be like, I'm not gonna do that, or I'm not, because everything do fall on him. Everybody starts saying, well, girl, why can't you get that 5-bedroom house? You know what I'm saying? So we have to be realistic in some things. It sounds good. Some things do sound good, but sometimes it don't roll like that, especially when you're married. Sometimes it don't roll.
But
like
don't
that.
you think, but Tiffany, but don't you agree that that comes to the man to say, you know what, I know you want this 5-bedroom house, but realistically, we want to, you know, make sure we got a plan for a rainy day. We just gonna do the 3-bedroom house. And I think the wife would be okay with that if the man would have that conversation.
We gotta say how
think it's true?
many women do you think would?
And look, and if the woman
I
do
would
say
be.
that, and I say, oh, I want a 5-bedroom house, and you ain't gonna give me a 3-bedroom house, they need to go ahead and get them divorce papers signed, because that's a waste of time.
What you said, Chris? I can't hardly hear you. Say that again, Chris. I can't hear you.
I was saying they might as well go ahead and get them divorce papers signed, because what we're not gonna do is not be in agreement.
So if you want a 5-bedroom house and he say, babe, it's 3 of us, we only need a 3-bedroom, you gonna tell him that you gonna divorce him for that?
Yes, if we cannot agree, then that relationship, that marriage does not serve the purpose that it should be. Because if we cannot compromise with one another, and we can't find a median ground, and you're not willing to compromise with me, and I'm not willing to compromise with you, it's time for us to go our separate ways, because we are wasting each other's time, because we're not finding common ground. And that's the reality of it. And what people want to sit there and say, oh, we in it for love. No. Women in relationships are completely different reason than why a man is in a relationship. And we are aware of that. So if we come back to reality and people actually start being realistic, you know, let's not put in a fantasy world that people aren't realistic, because people are. They know what they can and can't afford.
Are you saying we're not in a relationship for love? I can't hear say that again.
We're not all, most people aren't always in a relationship for love. And if you know that this woman is expecting a 5-bedroom house, she's not there for love.
Donnie, can you mute your phone? Because we can't hear what Chrissy was saying.
You ever heard the 4 Roses? What's that?
Hello, Donnie, can you hear me?
Right. You gotta mute your phone, Fred.
Don't worry about it. I won't never try. Don't try that.
Fred,
Donnie.
Yeah.
Donnie, can Fred mute him? Fred, you the organizer. I think you can mute him.
Anybody.
So, Fred, because you're the host, you can mute.
So my response.
There we go.
My response to Crystal is she's absolutely right. However, let me just say this: a real man, what he gonna do is, and if he's looking for a wife, right? You're in interview mode. So when my dating stage comes, guess what I'm keeping out? I'm keeping out your materialistic views. I'm looking at how you move with your money. I'm looking at how you treat your kids.
How you manage
I'm looking at how you pay attention to me. I'm looking at how you follow me, because that follow me part is so important. I'm looking at how you follow me. And what happens is I'm looking at how you love me when I'm on my downtime and when I'm on my uptown. I'm looking at you how you love me when my income tax come in, when my income tax money come in, and when I don't got a dime in my pocket. I'm looking at all that before I put a ring on your finger. Because a ring on your finger gonna determine how you gonna leave me when you want a 5-bedroom apartment, and when we want a 5-bedroom house and we gotta stay in an apartment. Now, as a real man, I'm not gonna keep you in no apartment. I got a plan. This thing has levels. TD Jakes stayed with his wife. He said because she loved him when they was in a shack. Now
when they had nothing, when they got a mansion, that's how it's supposed to be.
You know what I'm saying? And so you'll pick that woman out. So she won't have to worry about leaving you, because you're not gonna have no time to even leave me, because we're not getting married. You know, I'm not marrying you. If you already got a plan that you want, I'll know that you got a wanting spirit on you before I even put the ring on your
Hello.
finger.
You'll peep that in the beginning, right? Because at the end of the day, huh?
Facts. But what happened is people end up just marrying other people. They marry them, oh, because she looked good, I married her. And knew that she was outside of his means and outside of what he was willing to deal with, but they still sit down and make the dumb decision.
You know the best sermon I heard for that? Tiffany, the best sermon I heard for that? This man said, girl, I must warn you. Remember that? That
Something
girl
really
is poison.
strange.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
She's poison, right? That girl poison. You're going to run from that because I understand what he's saying. You want somebody like, I know I want a man that's there for me when I'm down and out. I don't want you for here when the bottle popping and everything's good.
Right.
When I fall short, I need you to still be, willing to ride with me.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of people, they go for the exterior and don't pay attention to the interior.
There you go. And then that's because you married a person based on some lifestyle stuff. Then when they fall short, it's like, that's the only reason why I was with you. I wasn't with you for your heart. So now I'm gonna drop you like a hot cake because you can't provide, that lifestyle that I was used to or whatever, or that you gave me up in the beginning. That's why it's so important, like he said, to understand and know your person before you put the ring on the finger.
Yeah. And people don't do that no more.
They don't.
They focus on the exterior and the financials that someone can provide for them. So most women, modern day women is looking at men for the financial.
Right.
Modern day men
for the money they could bring to the table, right?
For the exterior, right? And so
Mhm.
they get a woman that they don't marry for her exterior and was like, well, she don't work, she don't want to do nothing. You married her for the outside, so don't worry about what's going on.
And that's the
in
thing.
right,
That's the
Queen.
thing I don't
You're
understand
right.
with men.
Because you
When you
made that
marry her,
decision,
she wasn't
'cause you
doing
ain't
nothing.
time to look
So
at
what
the
you think when you
outside.
marry her, that was gonna change?
You're right,
That's
Queen.
what I don't understand sometimes with men. It's like you marry a woman and you know what she married you for, but then you try to change her, but that's the same person you married.
Mhm.
So you should have thought about that before you put a ring on it.
Mm.
Mhm.
You trying to impress her to buy Louis bags. Now you done lost your $1 million job, and you come to her and say, baby, hey, I got a plan, and she want a divorce. Because that's what happened to me. I lost my job at Regis, and then when I couldn't bring the stuff no more, she wanted a divorce. And I said, hey, listen,
Oh wow.
I got a plan. I'm not supposed to work for nobody, baby. If you give me 6 years,
I
will
could
be
work
a
for
team.
myself, right?
I could work for myself. I got a plan. And she was like, listen, your plan ain't working for me. And she left. Now,
Now,
guess what?
Laquan, 6 years is a long time now. I might give you a year.
Listen what I'm saying to you.
But I don't know if I give you 6 years now.
I hate that though. Because guess what? Donnie will tell you, I'm good on my life. You get what I'm saying? Donnie will tell you.
Yeah, but
like,
6 years is a long time.
I know, but guess what? It's not your time. If God gives me a vision, it don't matter how long it takes. You're supposed to follow orders. Y'all don't want to hear that part. If it takes
But
that long,
I get what you're saying, but this is my question, and I'm not saying it in no kind of way. In 6 years, who's gonna pay the bills? Because you got a vision. Is that vision bringing in money within those 6 years? Is what we're trying to figure out.
6 years, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad told us we gotta work a job, right? We gotta work a job. But I'm telling you this, it ain't gonna be the job that I had where I was making close to 6 figures. It ain't gonna be that no more. So we gonna have to downsize.
Downsize until I see what you're saying. Downsize until we get back where we.
Listen what
I
I'm
get
saying.
that.
I worked my vision, right? I worked my vision, and I was working a school job where I was cleaning. I got degrees. I went to law school, but I'm working a job where I got to clean toilets and schools for $9 an hour while I'm working my vision.
While you're working your vision, your business.
Right.
Okay, I
so
get what you're saying.
Sometimes we gotta downsize this thing.
Oh, the upgrade. You gotta downgrade the upgrade. That's true.
Correct,
now.
but you couldn't stay it, and now you like, damn.
Now
man,
you're reaping the
really
benefits of that loss because now I'm good. Oh yeah, I get you on that.
She not, but my baby is.
Yeah. I get you on that. That's a tough one, but I get what you're saying.
I'm not begging you to believe in me. I'm not begging you to believe in me. If I tell you it takes 10 years for me to be a millionaire, and I tell you and I work and I say, listen, God told me that I'm gonna be a millionaire, and I just need you to rock with me, baby. In the meantime, we're gonna have to downsize. I'm gonna work as a plumber or whatever, little odd jobs I got to do. And you say, oh, that ain't what I'm used to, then go ahead and go, baby, because I know what God told me, and I know that if God gave it to me, He gonna make it come to pass. You won't miss out. You gonna be with a nigga that don't really love you, but gonna give you money. He gonna feed you with money, but don't want to give you time.
They say it's a give and take. You know, they say sometimes we want that six figure, but it come with a lot of loneliness, right? He ain't present. He ain't there. He ain't available. He's not this. It's not that. It's like you said. It's a give and take. It's a price you pay.
He got
How
a
they
plan
say
for you, Queen.
for
He got a
yeah.
plan for you too. I got a plan for my
I don't
woman.
know. I might
I
be
got a
willing to
plan.
ride with the person that's got a plan. You got a plan,
You
boo.
talking
But
about 6 years? You said you was gonna leave in 6 years,
well,
Queen.
listen now. I'm
Go
being
ahead, Dad.
real with you, Laquan. The 6 years is a long time for me, boo. I'm a person I like to see results sooner. So if you can give me some
What's your
results
results
in
look
maybe a
like, baby?
year.
What's your relationship? I ain't giving you no year. I'm telling you what God take.
No,
Your
what I'm
timing ain't
saying,
God's timing.
listen what I'm saying, Laquan, is I would give you the 6 years, but I need to see some kind of, you know, result in a year. Because
What
if
the
you like
results
saying,
look
hey,
like,
baby,
baby?
keep waiting
Tell
another
me.
year, I need to see something. Yes,
Listen, baby. What does the
I'm
results
listening.
look like? Tell me, Queen, what it look like. Tell me, because I'm
Results
getting
to
up
me
there.
look like
I'm
if
getting up.
you making
Listen,
progress, okay?
listen. I'm
Yes,
getting up
I'm
6
listening.
o'clock in the morning and I'm spending time with God. And then I'm going to Walmart and I'm buying, because this is a true story. I would go to Walmart and I would buy waters, and I would go on the street and I would sell them waters. In the meantime, I would work at the school and I would go to the schools and I would clean the school. I would go back home and I'd sell the waters at games, at
Well, I'm
like
working
little
with you
league
then,
games.
because you got
Right. Guess what?
progress.
You
Right.
selling
But
water,
everybody
T?
look like, give me another one.
Hello, he's selling. But you heard what he said, though. The man said he getting up in the morning, he praying, which is one thing I like, a praying man, because I believe praying and manifest is gonna make it happen. Then
You
he
look
say
like
he
you're gonna,
working.
T, you look like you're gonna lay next to me and be like, you're gonna have to do a little more than give me some water, T. I'm just being
I would
honest
like,
with you,
boo, get
Queen.
up and get some more than water.
Right. You look
But
like
listen,
that,
but
T.
listen,
You
but
got
listen,
that,
but I'm
you
gonna
got that
respect.
more
Let me
than
tell
water
you something
spirit on you,
though.
T.
Let me tell you
All
something,
right.
Laquan. But I'm gonna
Okay.
respect you as a man because I feel like you on a hustle grind now. You know what I mean? I don't care if you selling I don't care if you're selling pocket hats or whatever. You still getting up on your feet and you
You
still
look
trying to make
expensive
something
to me,
happen.
T. But listen
I
to what
look
I'm saying,
expensive.
T.
Oh, I am
You
very
look
expensive, but I still
right there. T, come on, T. Come on, keep it real. You look like I'm trying to cuddle with you, and you don't get no cuddle action because you ain't made this amount of money that day. Come on, Queen, keep it real. Come on,
I'm gonna
T.
keep it real. Listen, I'm gonna keep it real with you. If you really want me to keep it really above,
keep it real.
I have really dealt
Super.
with a man who was like that before. Like he was down on his luck and he was trying. I mean, we ain't together now, but
He ain't made
Here
the
we go.
6-year cut.
Let him use you, T. Let him use you. Let him
listen,
use
he
you,
didn't
T.
make the cut because I felt like 8 years of progress. Like I said, you said 6 now. I gave you some time and I felt like he just couldn't get there. But then he didn't have the hustle grind you talking about. He wasn't getting
Lord
up at
of
6
worship.
o'clock in the morning, trying to do this. If I see that you doing that, I'm like, this man doing all he can do. And he praying, something gonna give eventually. I'll be willing to give you a chance, but the person wasn't doing that. They were kind of a little lazy, a little lax. And I'm like, nah, you got to go. You just ain't making the cut.
Or he was depressed. And guess what
Yeah,
you got
that's
to do
true.
at that point? And guess what you got to do at that point? You got to lay your hands on your man and you got to pray for him. And then you got to look at him and say, get your ass up. You better than this. It ain't nothing like a woman speaking life into you to make you feel like you could go through
But I
anything
did
in
that,
life.
though. I prayed over that man every day. Now I prayed over him. I said,
You look
Lord,
like you had to smoke. T, listen, Queen, I love you, but you look like you had to smoke. Like what your
Keep it
lazy ass
above.
gonna do today?
oh, I probably did say
above.
that. I probably, Laquan, you know me too well because I probably did say
Right.
that. Get your
Yeah,
lazy
you
ass
look-
up today and make it happen. I'm
right.
tired of them excuses. I don't want to hear it no more. But
Right.
but
Now
I
this
did
man
get a
wanna
person
hang
grace
himself.
though. I did give him grace though, but I feel like at what point, and Chrissy and you ladies and Tiffany can speak on that. At what point do a woman though, you give a person so much grace and you don't see the
I agree with that part.
You see what I'm saying? Like you don't see the progress. It's like I don't see you getting any. And then you trying to help the person too. You're like, okay, the person I was talking to, he liked to doing detailing cars. I said, let's get you an LLC. You can start, doing that. And he always had an excuse. So.
Hey T, let me ask y'all something. Y'all, we on a 60-40 right now?
No, we're talking about when a person when you in a
Motivated versus
relationship.
non-motivated.
Yeah, motivated versus non-motivated.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But we can get on that 60-40 though if y'all want to.
No, I
Hey.
thought I heard somebody say something about the 60-40, and I was listening to Q on what he was saying right then. I was like, you know what? Sometimes we do be overlooking that stuff because when you meet a guy, like he's motivated right then, and he's handling his business like you don't even know his financial status, and you may be making more than him, but at the same time you're dating him, but he's taking you out. He's showing you the life that you kind of like. I can dig this here, but you kind of find out that you're making more than him. What do you do with that?
What do you do with that? I think it's like, okay,
Yeah.
say that again, repeat that again.
Okay, you're dating this guy. You're meeting this guy. Like, you don't know his financial status. But in this dating game, like, he's handling his business. Like, everything he's doing, you like it. From taking you out, like, doing everything like that T wants. Like, he's keeping that smile on her face. So then you find out, you finding out later on, like, damn, this nigga ain't really like making more than me, but he's still handling business. What do you do with him?
Now, in that case, if I feel like if you're not making more than me, but you like say, you know, you doing good, I'm cool with that. I'm definitely cool with that. Because at the end of the day, I feel like we ain't lacking nothing, right?
So
Because
what you gonna motivate him at?
Well, I think where the motivation might come at too, because I think sometimes it's not about the woman, it's about the man ego.
Right.
You know, his
But
ego
I'm
may be a little
saying-
bruised because I make more than him. But if we handling our bills, and stuff like that, I guess I would be cool with that.
Right. So that's what I'm saying.
For
Like,
me,
you don't met him, but actually he's really already motivated.
Yeah.